No. So we're going to aim for 45 to 60 minutes. We will be doing some inversions, so if that scares you, you can use a wall, or you'll have choices to not go upside down fully. So let's start at the top of the mat. Take a deep breath. And your next exhale, whenever that is, lower your arms. Inhale, reach up. Look up at the thumbs. Exhale to fold forward. Legs can be straight or bent. Inhale, halfway up. And step or jump back to chaturanga. Straight legs, bend the elbows about 90 degrees. Inhale to the top of the foot, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward dog. We're just going to stay here for 3 breaths. We'll be doing a lot of things today that we move in and out of poses. Maybe a little bit quicker than we normally would. We won't stay for as many breaths. Okay. After your exhale, step or jump forward. Inhale when you get there. And fold, exhale. Rise up. Inhale. And we're just going to fold again to the exhale. Belly in. Head drops. Halfway up. Inhale. And again, step or jump to chaturanga. Exhale. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. For 3 breaths here. That's 1. Legs are straight. That's 2. Neck is relaxed. After that 3rd breath, we'll come to the knees, lower down to the elbows, and measure out our distance by curling our fingers over the upper arm. So we know our elbows are shoulder width. Then interlace the fingers, lift the knees. This is dolphin pose. Into the edge of the hand, the wrist, the forearm, the elbow. We're pressing our chest and arm, legs. If this is easy for you, walk your feet a little bit closer to your elbows, but don't let your head clunk into the floor. You're pushing through the arms enough that you can control where the head is. Let's return to our knees and straighten the arms, palms flat, downward dog. And after your exhale, step or jump the feet to the hands. Inhale, halfway up, chest forward. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up. Inhale. And we'll fold again for the exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Step or jump to chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. And downward facing dog, exhale. Again, we'll come into dolphin. So come to the knees, measure it out. Make a decision about how close you want to walk your feet. And for some of you, you'll turn this into a headstand. You can get up there however you want. There's a million ways. If you're new to headstand, you'll be looking back at your feet. So you're on the tippy top of your head, the crown of your head. You just keep walking your feet in. Maybe you bring one heel up toward your butt, and then eventually the other heel up toward your butt, and then eventually you can get the legs straight. But err on the side of keeping your feet either low to the ground or knees to the chest so that you don't fall over or rely on the wall too much. So we'll come down out of that. We'll lower to the knees and meet in a downward dog. And we'll be doing a lot of headstands today. If you felt like that one was hard enough, you'll just repeat that one when we go into other variations. Okay, after the exhale, step or jump forward. Inhale to straighter legs and your mouth. Exhale to fold. Then the knees. Utkatasana, inhale. So we're lifting through the fingers, chest, arches of the feet, pelvic floor if you can. And let's fold as we exhale, straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway up. And step or jump chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Right foot will step forward between the hands. Lower the back heel. Warrior one, inhale. Hands to the floor. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. The left foot will step between the hands. Angle that right foot so we have heel to heel alignment. Reach up. Inhale. And hands to the floor for chaturanga. Exhale. Upward facing. Inhale. Downward facing. Exhale. Either stay here or go to dolphin or go to the headstand that we did from dolphin, or come to your knees, slide your hands back, head down so that your hands and head make a triangle. Then knees up, walk the feet in, and then it's the same kind of concept of how you get up to any headstand. You can go with straight legs or bent legs. You can keep your feet visible, or you can start to lift your legs up toward vertical. Just take a few breaths. You're pushing into your foundation, whatever that is, whatever is touching the floor. We'll come down again. We'll meet with our knees on the floor. We'll straighten our arms from whatever version we did and meet in downward dog. Let's bring the feet to touch here in down dog. Ankle bones touch. Let's bend the right knee so the left heel has a chance to touch the ground or get close to it. Lift the right leg up, stack the hip. Take one more breath here to point through your right toes. And step the right foot forward to the hands for warrior one on an inhale. Hands to the floor for chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. We'll try the other side. So feet together again. Chest moves toward the legs. Right heel to the ground. The left knee is bent at first, just to make that right heel connect. And then as you're ready, extend the left leg up. Try to keep that right armpit up. It's very tempting to shift the shoulders when the hips shifted. Okay, after your exhale, the left foot steps forward. We use an inhale to reach up for warrior one. And an exhale to take us down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. We're going to turn this into what we call heaven and earth. So the left elbow will come down. The right hand will walk forward a few more inches so that the right arm is straight. We'll bring the feet together so the ankle bones touch again. And then lift the right leg like you did before. So it's not that different from what you did before. But with the left forearm down, you have a different shoulder situation. Maybe you're more inspired to dig your left thumb and pointer into the floor so that your hand doesn't slide. Okay, right foot's going to step forward. Your left elbow will just pop up. Find your warrior one, inhale. Hands to the floor. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. We'll go for the other side. So we lower the right forearm down so the elbow is right behind the wrist. Walk the left to your left arm. Lift your left leg, try to touch the ceiling with your toes. Keep drawing the belly in so that you're not overarched. After your exhale, step forward with that left foot. Rise up to warrior one. Inhale there. Exhale, hands to the floor. Chaturanga. Upward facing, inhale. And downward facing, exhale. Okay. Let's come to hands and knees. So we're going to take a goofy headstand, combining the styles you did before. So you had this one where you interlaced your fingers, and you had this one where your hands were flat. So this is going to be half of one and half of the other. It's going to start in our heaven and earth type scenario. So let's lower the left elbow down, reach the right hand forward, and just lift the right leg and make sure that you feel okay here. If this is enough, just stay there. Don't worry about going upside down to a headstand. If you want, your right hand is going to slide back so it lines up with your left elbow. The left hand will lift, the palm faces toward your head, and you'll lower to the crown of the head. Scoot your left foot in a little more, and then you'll just keep lifting your right leg up until eventually the left leg can also go up. And you can keep your left leg in your view, or you can bring yourself to a full vertical headstand. We'll lower by rewinding, and we'll meet in that heaven and earth place again, with that right hand forward enough to keep the right arm straight, and we'll place that left palm again flat. Let's step the right foot forward to the hands for warrior one. Inhale, and this time open it up to warrior two. Exhale. Let's straighten the left leg. Inhale, and bend the leg again. Exhale. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. One more time. This next time, hands down, step back, vinyasa at your leisure, or if you're feeling tired, downward dog, or something even more restful. When you're ready, the right forearm will come down, left hand will scoot forward, heaven and earth, side two. Center that right foot, life will be a little easier. Lift the left leg up. Make sure this feels okay. And notice how much work you're doing with the top leg to reach. When you want to, slide your left hand back so it lines up with your right elbow. That's going to be your tripod hand. And bring that right palm to face in. Left head, that's funny. Head comes down, left leg lifts. You come onto the tippy toes of the right foot. And you just very slowly squeeze the legs together. We'll meet again in heaven and earth. I could not speak while I was doing that. I hope it went well for you. And let's step that left foot forward to the hands. Warrior one on your inhale. And warrior two on your exhale. And 3 times we'll straighten and bend this left leg. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. So it's not necessary to do these goofy headstands. But if you've been doing headstands for a long time, you might be growing complacent. And this is a good way to challenge yourself and keep you kind of learning and growing. So the next time the knee is bent, hands down, vinyasa or down dog. Okay, let's walk the hands back to the feet. When you get close, reach for the big toes, first 2 fingers and thumbs. Inhale, and fold, exhale. Legs can be straight or bent. Just release your neck and try to get your shoulders to roll back so that it feels like they're moving up toward the ceiling and away from your ears. Okay, place the palms flat on the mat again. Walk into downward dog. Whenever you get there, right leg up high, inhale, and step forward to the hands, exhale. High lunge, inhale, just keep the left heel up, and then open it to warrior two, bring the heel down. Inhale to straighten the right leg, scoot your back foot in just a few more inches. Stay here for your next inhale, and then your exhale, reach out and down for triangle pose. We're going to rise up again on your inhale and return to triangle pose for your exhale. Do this 2 more times. If you would prefer to stay put, by all means, do that. I've just been finding some interesting growth in this process of moving. It's just another way to kind of trick your mind out of complacency. Let's rebend that right leg, place the hands, and either vinyasa or downward dog. Sometimes the movement will help also increase your range of motion. Let's lift the left leg up high, inhale, step to the hands, exhale. High lunge, inhale, the hips face the short edge of the mat. Exhale, open it up, they face the long edge of the mat. Straighten the left leg. You may or may not want to scoot that right foot in. And as you inhale, get your armpits up, away from your hips. Then reach out and down. The inhale brings us up. It's a lot of core drawing in. The hips will shift back as we exhale to get that armpit to stay away from the hip. 2 more times, either moving or staying, but still breathing. Okay, and we'll rebend that left leg. Place the hands, vinyasa. All right, let's come to hands and knees again. Bend the elbows to the ground, measure it out like you did before. And either dolphin, which will be a little easier, or palms flat. And if you keep your palms flat, you're going to try to get your wrists to stay in front of your elbows. Then lift the knees, press the chest back. And if you decided palms flat and now your shoulders feel like they're about to snap, change it and just interlace your fingers. If it's too easy, walk your feet in a little more. 2 more breaths. Either come to your knees, then straighten your arms for downward dog, or just push to downward dog. That will depend where you were. Okay, right leg up high, inhale. Step forward, exhale. High lunge, inhale. And warrior 2, exhale. Now we'll come in and out of Ashtanga. Again, we'll straighten that right leg for an inhale. And as we bend the knee and exhale, we'll place the elbow on the thigh, reach the left arm over the ear. Inhale to rise up. If you want more than that, place your right hand down on the floor, outside of your foot. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more times. Possibly keep your front leg bent as you inhale. So it becomes warrior 2. And exhale. It's just a little bit more control required. Last time, inhale. And exhale. And we'll step to plank for the inhale. And bend the elbows, exhale. Lift the chest, upward dog, inhale. Lift the hips, downward dog, exhale. Left leg high, inhale. Step the left foot to the hands, exhale. High lunge, inhale. Warrior 2, exhale. Check that you have a heel to arch alignment. You might have to move your feet a little bit. And we inhale to straighten the left leg. Ashtanga, elbow down, right arm sweeps out. Inhale, rise up. Make a choice, how much do your hips want to stretch? That will determine where your left hand goes. Inhale, rise up. And we're trying to get a straight line from the back foot to the top hand. Maybe warrior 2 this time for your inhale. Hello quads. Exhale, Ashtanga. 1 more time. Inhale, Mula Bandha if you can. Exhale, Ashtanga. And place the hand down. Step to plank. Inhale. And exhale to bend the elbows. Inhale to lift the chest. And exhale to lift the hips. Okay. Knees down to the mat. Make a choice to interlace the fingers or flatten the palms. And we're going to take it up to a headstand from one of those places. You already did the interlaced one before. Let me just say, when you interlace your fingers, this is not happening. Some people do it with palms together, but it's a lot harder. So I would recommend interlace the fingers all the way to the webbing, and then you're going to try to get a straight line from your knuckle all the way to your elbow. And no matter what's happening in your headstand, this is not wiggling. So control it with your wrists. That's if you choose this version. Otherwise, palms flat. The head is going to be in the same spot regardless of which headstand you just chose. And come on up when you're ready. You can bend the knees or you can keep the legs straight. You can go one leg at a time or both. You can have the wall behind you or not. Take 2 more breaths. We'll meet in downward dog with straight arms. So you can choreograph that at your leisure. And let's lift the right leg up high, inhale. Step to the hands, exhale. High lunge, inhale. Then open up to a twist, bend the back leg a few inches, and we'll reach the arms apart, look back. Inhale, high lunge. Reaching up, look straight forward. Exhale, twist. Bend the back leg, maybe look back. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And we'll lower the left hand down, big toe side of the right foot. For a simple twist, right hand up. Just try to stack the arms. Swing that right hip back so that you feel a pretty intense stretch here through the glutes. And if this is going well and you want more, move your left hand and arm outside of the leg so that your hand is on the pinky toe side of the foot. It's still stacking the arms. I'm going to return to this other spot because it feels better today. Okay, unravel. Step back. Vinyasa. And we meet in downward dog so that we can do the other side. Left leg up, inhale. Step forward, exhale. High lunge, inhale. We're square to the front. Open up to the left. Exhale. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, open up. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, open up. Inhale. And this time, simple twist. Right hand down. Left arm up. And it's tempting here to let that left leg splay out. So I like to think about pushing that left knee toward the right shoulder. If you choose to move your arm outside of the leg, that will help keep your alignment in check a little bit. But that, of course, adds a few other elements of challenge. Okay, and let's unravel the twist. Step back, vinyasa. Okay. So come down to your knees again for a sec. So this interlaced finger grip that we did, this is called Baddha Hasta A, bound headstand, A position. This one was C position. So make a choice about which is better for you. We're going to try it with the goofy situation like we did earlier. Earlier we did it from the Baddha Hasta, which means the edge of your hand is on the ground, palm facing your head. Otherwise your palm will be flat. So let's go to heaven and earth. Right hand forward, left forearm down, right leg up. Just practice being here because it's already asymmetrical and weird. Make a choice. If Baddha Hasta C worked for you in a symmetrical way, maybe you want to try it in a goofy way. But it's way harder goofy, so make sure that it was okay symmetrically first. So regardless, left hand will either stay flat or come in. We're going to slide that right hand back. So it lines up with the left elbow. That's your tripod side. Scoot that left foot in a little bit more. Reach up with the right toes and just move very slow. Then you can make up for the wiggles. Try not to kick. If we kick, we get kind of stuck depending on the wall for too many years. Let's come on down. And make your way to regular downward dog with two straight arms. And either two straight legs, or if down dog like this is hurting your hamstrings or your back, lift your heels and bend your knees. And you can still get the extension through the chest and armpits without any pain. Okay. We'll step the right foot forward, about 3/4 of the way forward. And adjust your back foot so you have a heel-to-heel alignment. We're going to come into twisted triangle. Right leg straight. So that might mean that you come up pretty high. You might keep your hands on the floor. You decide that the leg has to be straight. And when you can, reach your right arm up. That left hand could be on either side of your foot. It could be on a block. It could be on a giant block, a couch pillow, your shin. Take one more breath. And let's unravel. And we'll bend the knee enough to place the palms flat. Step back. Exhale for chaturanga. Inhale for upward facing. And exhale for downward facing. Okay, so we'll try the other side, our heaven and earth situation. Right forearm down. Left hand slides forward, maybe 4 inches, 5 inches, so that the arm can be straight. Then left leg up. And this asymmetry type of pose will really point out our inequalities between right and left sides. So make a choice. Do you want to keep your right palm flat, or do you want to cradle your head? And slide your left hand back so it lines up with your right elbow. Come onto the ball of your right foot, place your head down, and start to lift up. And if this is too much, do something symmetrical. Possibly even with the feet still on the floor. That dolphin pose, for example. We're going to meet in a normal downward dog, so make your exit strategy. It will depend greatly on where you went for that pose. Let's bring the left foot about 3/4 of the way forward so we can set up the twisted triangle. So as we spin that right heel down, the foot will face about 45 degrees, and we try to line up the heels. To get the left leg straight, you might need to come up. Decide where you want your right hand to be, and lift your left arm. Try to steady your breath, even though the pose is very, sometimes precarious. This is a very hard pose. 2 more breaths. And we'll unravel. We'll bend the left knee enough to get the palms down. And step back. Exhale to bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale for downward facing. Let's walk the hands back to the feet again. This time we'll bend the knees and roll ourselves up to standing. Have your head come up last. I'm just going to check real quick the clock. Okay. Trying to be good about time today. All right. So here we are standing. We're going to interlace the fingers on that right shin. And just pull the knee in. So your elbows bend. Then straighten the arms and pull the knee in again. And just do that one more time just to see what your range might be. And the next time that you're pulling your knee in, we'll round forward. We're going to hold the edge of the foot today, the pinky toe edge. And we'll extend the leg out any amount for an inhale, and we'll bend the knee again for an exhale. So we're pushing through the ball of the foot. Inhale, as straight as you go. Exhale to bend. Inhale, try to keep your right shoulder back. Exhale. Inhale, and then this time we'll keep the leg out, but bring it out to the side. If your balance feels okay, gaze to the left. And you're just pushing through the ball of the foot. You'll feel some tension between the edge of your hand and the edge of your foot rather, and your hand. Okay, let's bring the leg into tree. Heel as high up on your leg as you can get it. Hands to prayer. So your hips are facing front, but your right knee is facing the long edge of your mat. Next, inhale, reach up. Hands together or apart. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the chest again. Inhale, reach up. Try not to back bend. Exhale, hands to prayer. So we have to draw the belly in and drop the tailbone. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the left leg. Place your right ankle on your lower left thigh and come into your flying pigeon. And lift the arms. Keep that left leg bent. It's more like Utkatasana, but on one leg. So exhale, flying pigeon. Inhale, reach up. Two more times. I'm just going to face you in case you need a different view to see. So that left leg really isn't changing too much. But when you're leaning forward, it's much easier to get that right knee to drop toward the ground. And when you come up to this Utkatasana shape, it's quite difficult. And then let's just stand up. Over and shake it out. So that was a lot of left leg working because your right leg is being real fancy. So let's try the other side. So first we're just going to interlace the fingers and bring that left knee in. And we'll just bend the elbows so that it comes in. And let the arms straighten. Bend the elbows. Try to roll your shoulders back. So you already practiced keeping the arms in the sockets. Okay. So when you're ready, add the bit about reaching down for your foot. So the knee will stay high and you have to round yourself, draw the belly in. Left hand comes to the foot, right hand to the hip. And we extend out any amount and we bend it again, exhale. Push through the ball of the foot, inhale, and bend it, exhale. So try to roll that left shoulder back because the weight of this leg and the strength of the leg is going to try to kick that arm right out of the socket. So this next time that you're reaching the foot out, we're going to bring it out to the side. Right hand can stay there, or if you have a wall handy and you feel wobbly, by all means, use the wall. Okay, bend the left leg. I like to get the heel above the little fleshy pooch at the top of the thigh, and it's kind of stuck there. But anywhere is fine so long as you don't have this knee sideways pressure. If you need to, toes down. Okay, lift up on the inhale, resist the urge to back bend. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale. And exhale. You can think about it with the lowest ribs. When you inhale, they want to poof forward. Try to keep them neutral a little bit better. Okay, one more. Mostly for my sake. Okay, flying pigeon. Left ankle to lower right thigh. Stick your butt out, lean your chest forward. You might even touch your left elbow to your knee. And stay with the legs there, just reach up, inhale. Flying pigeon, exhale. Maybe you go a little lower. Inhale, reach up, but then you would be staying at that lower place. Last time. And we'll just straighten it out, shake it out. Oh Lordy, let's go for a little stroll toward the top of the mat. And on your inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale to fold. Halfway up, inhale. Stepward jump, chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing, inhale. And downward facing, exhale. Bring one foot forward, doesn't matter which one. Just for your camera's sake, do that one. And we're going to face the long edge of the mat, turning the feet parallel to one another. Hands to the hips, inhale. And on your exhale, fold forward. Let's bring the hands down between the feet. Inhale there, get the armpits moving away from the hips. Exhale, come down the rest of the way. Your head might touch the floor. And we're trying to keep that tripod shape that you would have had earlier in your headstand. So if your head is coming really far under your legs, just because you're very flexible, you'll have to walk your hands further back in order to keep your tripod shape. Next, inhale, come halfway up. Hands to hips, exhale. And the rest of the way up, inhale. We're going to skip B and go to C position. Inhale. This is Prasarita Padottanasana C. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Chest up, inhale. And fold forward, exhale. This is a really nice shoulder stretch. Each inhale, think of reaching your knuckles away from your foot. And each exhale, let gravity take you. So inhale is strong through the arm. Exhale, strong through the legs, and you'll fold deeper. Just one more breath. And we'll come all the way up. And we're just going to change which thumb is on top. So you can reach out again if you want to. And by that, I just mean you go always the same way, just because you're a creature of habit. So now go the way that feels weird. Doesn't look that different. Shouldn't feel this weird, but it does. And we'll fold again the same way. Just 3 breaths. Some of you are going to keep your palms together. I let mine separate because otherwise I feel nothing in the shoulder. So I had told you earlier in your headstand, don't let your hands do this wrist bend that I have going on right now. But that was because it was your foundation. Let's rise up on the inhale. So your feet are your foundation right now, giving us free will over our hands. Okay, let's just step to the top of the mat. Inhale to reach up. And exhale to bring left hand to the hip, right hand to that right ankle. And you decide inner or outer ankle. I'm going to go inner because I like how it feels on the shoulder better. Not that different, but different enough to make a choice. So try to lift through the belly, top of the tailbone. And when you can, reach up with your left arm. And we're just going to go in and out of this position. So we'll kick some amount, and we'll let the torso come forward a bit in a reaction. And then we'll inhale to return, knees touch. Exhale to kick. Inhale to return. Just one more time. So we're just seeing what is the range and how might it change. Okay. Release. And we'll try the other side. Did you make a good choice about your hand and shoulder, or do you need to change it? Just find your way, and we'll take a moment to just stay before we kick, because sometimes this happens. And instead, we need to try to bring our lowest ribs just a little more in, like we're trying to be modest or something. Okay, so 3 times we're going to kick just as much as we can while staying balanced, and then returning. And this is a good way to keep track of what is the low belly doing, because when you return, you can reset the neutrality of your pelvis. Do one more time. And then let it go, release the foot. Both arms up. Inhale. Hands to the floor. Exhale. You can bend the knees however much to make the hands go down. Inhale, come halfway up and step to chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. We'll rock forward to plank and come down to the belly. Let's bring the arms out to the sides, just like cactus arms. And you'll press your pubic bone down into the floor. Next inhale, we'll lift the arms and the head and chest. And we'll exhale to just come down again. Inhale to come up. So get the arms to initiate a little bit so that you feel your upper back working. So the head would stay down while the arms lift, and then at some point the arms can't go anymore. And then the head can go up and chest. Just take 2 more. Maybe you come up higher each time, maybe not. Okay. And place the hands by the shoulders, or under the shoulders, I should say. Inhale, a little cobra, rock a little bit, and press to downward dog. Exhale. Okay. Let's rock forward again to plank and lower down to the belly. Arms by our sides. Walk the feet back just a little bit more so that you have more space by your hip flexors. And inhale to rise up to your Salabhasana. Exhale to lower down again. 3 more times. Inhale. So we're reaching chest forward, legs back. Exhale. And the belly stays in. Lift up. Try to feel the lift of the belly. And coming down, you can reset it if you need to. 1 more time. We'll place the hands under the shoulders again. Lift into your cobra or upward facing dog. Difference being knees up or down. And exhale to downward dog. We'll do 1 more back bend from the belly. Inhale forward to plank. And exhale down to your belly. And of course, if coming in and out of it is making you crazy, just stay in it. Normally we stay in it. Just lately I've been finding the range of motion has increased a little bit if we move more. Okay, that's because I'm very stiff these days. We're going to hold the ankles. We'll let the forehead stay on the floor. And we'll just start to feel the shoulders move up away from the floor. Pubic bone down, belly button in. And when you're ready, rise up to your Dhanurasana. And then exhale to lower down, forehead down, reset. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to come down. So when you reset, press your pubic bone down, lift your belly button up. Two more breaths, either moving or not moving. Find the power of your legs and the steadiness from the core. Okay, and release your arms, hands under your shoulders. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, downward facing. Okay, we'll come to hands and knees, then to the elbows. Measure it out so that your fingers curl over your upper arms. We'll place the forearms flat. We'll lift the knees, chest, and armpits press back. And you might decide to stay here. If you want, you'll step one foot in a little more. You'll shift your weight forward over your forearms so that you can lift to your forearm stand. And your hands are glued into the floor so that they don't migrate together. You're pushing the floor away from you like you are repulsed by it. And you're in that gentle back bend shape that you are in for Salabhasana. Let's slowly come on down. And let's meet in Virasana on the shins. So sitting back with your butt between your feet. If that is not comfortable, sit up on a block or look. Press into the toes so that you feel almost like the strength of the feet is trying to catapult you forward. And either stay or hands to the feet and come down to the elbows. And as you come down, you'll have to lift your butt and tuck your tailbone down. Keep that pressing into the foot thing going on. And either stay here or come down to your shoulders, which would require another reset of your pelvis. Another time to reach your tailbone toward your knees and your pubic bone toward your belly button. Okay, just come on up again from wherever you went. We'll meet in downward dog and we'll just pedal out the feet a few times so that we know our knees are still functioning. Okay, let's come have a seat and then lay down on your back. I'm just checking the clock. So we'll take Setubandha Sarvangasana, heels by your butt, close enough that you can at least graze your heels with your fingertips, and lift your hips up. Press your heels down and energetically back toward your shoulders. And interlace your fingers under your back. All the way to the webbing. Palms together if you can. And just keep lifting your pubic bone up toward the ceiling. Let's come on to the balls of the feet, so your heels are up. You might want to walk your feet a few inches closer to you. And just with this heels up position, you can get your hips higher. And try to keep your hips at that height as you return your heels to the floor. And it's going to work your hamstrings a lot. Okay, release the grip and come on down. So we're just going to do that same thing from an Dhanurasana position. Same thing with the feet. So let's lift onto straight arms. And this might not be appropriate for you. Maybe you repeat what we just did. When I set up for this, because I don't have naturally open shoulders, I put my pinky finger literally dangling off the mat. So my hands are kind of wide. That makes it so that I can get my elbows in. If the hands are too close, the elbows are going to go out and it's really uncomfortable. So if you're having trouble with this pose, bring your pinky fingers just off your mat so that you can control where they are and you know where they are. And then when you go up, it's much less cranking in the shoulder. Let's come up onto the balls of the feet. Hips up. Then try to lower the heels down again. Do that 2 more times. Balls of the feet. You might even walk your feet in. And keep your hips up as you lower to the heels. And one more time. And we'll come on down. So either repeating that, or going back to the previous, or Viparita Dandasana, we're going to do the same thing with the feet. So this is the one where we come on the forearms. And I started the same way. I have my pinky fingers off the edge. And then see how my hands are off the ground right now, just the fingertips are down. But as I set my hand up, I bring my elbows in. So it's aligned and very easy then to walk the hands back. If you come to the balls of your feet, it's even easier to walk your hands back. Eventually, you're going to get your head off the ground and start to look toward your thumbs. So try to lift the heels, keep your pelvis lifted, lower the heels again. 2 more times, regardless of which back bend you chose for yourself. The way out of Viparita Dandasana is place the crown of your head on the floor. Slide your hands back so they're where your elbows just were. Lift a straight arm, Dhanurasana. And then tuck the chin. And of course, if you feel like you weren't doing that or your neck is cranked, rewind, do it again. Okay, let's just rock up and we'll meet in downward dog. Let's pedal out the feet again, then one knee at a time. Give each heel the chance to touch down, doesn't mean it will. And we're gonna meet with the right leg in front for pigeon. And I'm gonna grab my computer and lower it so that I can keep tabs on the clock. Okay, the pigeon right leg in front. We're gonna go downward facing pigeon. So we'll bring our forearms down. You might decide to make a pillow with your fists or forearms or block. Let's change sides. Pigeon left leg, you can go to down dog, or you can swing your legs around. Either way, you're going to end up there. Try to keep the left hip moving back and the right hip moving down. Okay, let's rise up. So we're gonna just rock to the left hip for a moment, just to set this up. So this is like cheating pigeon, this is nothing. Place the sole of the left foot down, prop yourself up so you're in a half squat. The left leg is in a squat, and the right leg is extended back like a hamstring stretch, really strong quads. You might need your hands to help you balance. You might need a block underneath your butt. If that's true, potentially you stay there for a few breaths and then you'll switch sides. Otherwise, you're just going to lift yourself up and over and then head over to the other side. And you'll just go back and forth a few times at your pace. I did a whole lot of yapping with our left leg bent, so we're going to take a few extra moments on the right side as well. So the next time that your right leg is bent, hang out there. We'll try to equalize the time that I was yapping on side one. Okay, then we'll gently come down to our butt. Bring the soles of the feet together. And we'll just clasp the fingers around the toes. And on the inhale, we'll lift the chest. And on the exhale, we'll round. It's just cat-cows, but from this Baddha place. Inhale, fingers arching, however much. Exhale, round, however much. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Let's find our neutral spine. Extend the left leg out. Right foot to left thigh. Inhale. And exhale to fold over that leg. Either stay there or inhale to reach up again. And exhale to fold again. This is Dhanurasana A. Inhale, either staying or moving. Exhale. One more time, or one more breath, I should say. And we'll rise up and just change legs. So the left foot is imprinted on the right thigh. It's not just in the vicinity of, it's literally pressing into. Thighs 90 degrees. Inhale, there's a slight twist here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, that right calf muscle is pushing into the floor. Exhale. It's going to help you keep your leg engaged. Inhale. Exhale. Una vez más. Inhale. And exhale. Okay. We'll rise up. We'll bring the soles, not soles of the feet together, our line, soles of the feet forward. And we'll just fold into Paschimottanasana. And you can do this with straight legs or bent legs. You can hold on to the calves, the ankles, or the feet. Do something that feels nice for your hamstrings and nice for your back. And if there's anything else you need before Shavasana, go ahead and take it. Pause the video if you want. Go for Shavasana for 30 minutes. We're just going to take like 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And in Shavasana, you could have 1,000 things happen, but 2 that I'll mention. Soles of the feet at the width of your mat. Knees dropping together. That's one fabulous way. Feels great in the back. Or what we would consider the traditional way. Legs out, just flopped open. Arms are face away from the body, palms up. That's going to help you relax in a way that maintains open shoulders. To wiggle your fingers and toes. And look for any stretching that helps you wake up the body, but very lazily. The eyes stay closed. And we'll roll onto the right side in a fetal position. That right arm can extend and be a pillow. With the eyes closed, sit up and arrange the legs however it's comfortable for you. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Again. Hold forward now. The thumbs up to the third eye as I fold. That's between the brows. It helps stimulate your intuition so that maybe you can stop second guessing yourself. You already know everything. we just forgot that we know. So have a great day. You can comment below or send me an email or a text because I know y'all. Take care.